that is very, very important to us, that we probably, if you're spending that kind of money, that you probably have a plan that is built around what the current environment that we live in, a plan that will help people approach this from any kind of direction. And that's what it should represent, right? $6 million we spent to make sure that we had a plan that will benefit almost any approach to building this business. And so the way that went down is Steve called me up and he said, Tyler, I want you to come in and help us with a project. I said, what's the project? He said, well, you haven't signed your NDA yet, so I can't tell you. And I was like, okay. So I showed up and the NDA was about that big. I'm like, geez, I'm not buying a house, dude. You know? What am I giving away here? I mean, what am I signing away my third grandchild or something? What is this thing, you know? And he's like, you can't be a part of what we're doing if you don't sign that thing. So I just didn't read it and signed it. Right? I signed it and he said, okay, put your cell phone in that lockbox. I'm like, what? He goes, put your cell phone in that lockbox. And I said, are we in like a CIA meeting or something? What's going on, right? And he goes, no, we're not, no one's taking pictures and you just committed to spending the next year with us. I said, that document I signed said I'll spend a whole year. He goes, yeah, you're spending a year with us. And you can't tell anybody about it or you'll lose everything in life. And I was like, oh, I need to reassess signing it. But we got busy, you guys. He told me, he said, Tyler, he goes, we've decided that we're going to spend the kind of money and the kind of time, and we're going to bring the kind of professionals in that will give us a really deep analysis of what's going on, not just in the industry, but with our current compensation plan. And they've got a model that you put 190 data points. This is something I think should be important. 190 data points that you can put into this system, and it will spit out the results however you want to modify those data points to make sure that you're driving the right behaviors. Does that give you guys any confidence about how we came up with this? Because it should, right? 190 data points, making sure that we can help someone who has a customer mindset or help someone who has a consultant mindset or someone that understands the blending of the two, which is what we're going to talk about today, okay? Help those people really take advantage of this so that we can accelerate growth, that we can be more successful or a little bit better at inviting people to tell the story. And so we got busy on that. And it was a war. The first month that we were there, you guys, it was a battle. Me and Dan, because I was one of two consultants that sat in that room through that process. It was a battle between the two of us. But what I came out of that experience with was a giant amount of respect, not only for what this industry is, because we got to analyze ourselves against a lot of other companies, but I gained a ton of respect about what other companies are doing to drive certain behaviors, because this company had seen the success in those companies and was bringing those ideas to us so that we could modify and fold it in to our compensation plan. In the beginning, where I was frustrated with some of the information they were trying to push us towards, I grew to have a massive amount of respect for Dan Jensen, who was the one who was the architect. His company was the architect, the one that finalized all this compensation plan. I hope that he has that same level of respect for me, because we had very, very high-level conversations. To the point where a lot of the corporate team was like, we just might as well not even be in the room when you guys start battling with one another about what's going on. It was at that level. And I was like, well, I think we landed, and he was very proud of this compensation plan, you guys. I personally think that it is the most complete compensation plan in this entire industry when you start to understand how things fold into one another. The problem that you have when you do these things is people are very, very committed to the way that they build. Some people think that you only build through customers and then they become consultants, and then when they become a consultant, they only go out and build customers. That's one way to build. Other people will build with just consultants, thinking that you're just going to have a whole team of consultants. I'm going to offer to you something today that will hopefully blend those two ideas, and it will never be a discussion again. You guys excited about that?
Yes.
Okay? So, we sat down and we thought the first thing that we better attack is this idea in a social marketing environment. We better attack the idea of how do we pay someone significantly for customer acquisition. How many of you guys have a bunch of customers? Okay, a lot of us have a lot of customers, right? Is anybody in this room diamond sellers? Oh, wow. Are you serious? Stand up. Stand up if you're a diamond seller. I want everyone to see this. So the first room I was in, stay up. The first room I was in had 1. The second room I in had 20. How many diamond sellers? Man, there's probably what, 25 or 30 maybe? I don't even want to count it. I don't want to take my shoes off. I can't count this up. Thank you guys. Wow, congratulations. Congratulations for being a diamond seller. I'm going to hopefully emphasize to you the importance of embracing this piece of our compensation plan, because it becomes a multiplier for all the consultants that you have in your business. It will be a multiplier in the benefit you will get as you build out the consultant, the team side of this business. Okay? But it was our number one goal. We said we have got to figure out a way to pay people more than 2% for that part. Because are you proud of the products that we have?
Yes.
How many of you guys think everybody on the planet should at least get a chance to hear about the products we have?
Yes.
I mean, if you believe in what the universities and these people have told us about Protandim, I mean, shouldn't everybody at least have a chance to make the decision as whether or not you want to benefit from that product?
Yes.
Okay? I mean, I've been running around for 17 years now saying, hey, do you want to feel like you did when you were young? And that's about how much detail it is. Did you feel better when you were young? Some variation of that. Did your body repair itself better when you were young or old? And how many of you guys have woke up when you're in your 40s and you're like, why does my left toe hurt? You know, I didn't do anything, right? My toe hurts for no reason, right? I mean, do you want to feel like you did when you were young? And if the answer is yes, then I need to introduce you to this product. You need to understand what this product can do for you. And it's not because I said so. It's because NIA said so. It's because Harvard said so. It's American Heart Association said so. How many of you guys think you need to be the expert?
No.
How many of you guys think it's better to show people where the information is than always give them the answer because you know it?
Yes.
See, I was taught early on, you guys, when you can direct people to the answers, that means they can direct others to those answers. They no longer have to come to you. Isn't that the goal? Isn't the goal to build an organization, build a consistent repetition of volume that you are no longer responsible for creating? Isn't that the goal?
Yes.
I mean, if you understand passive income, you should understand that the quicker you can get someone to be independent of you, the more freedom you will have. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, we all want the same thing. We all want to have this income that's no longer dependent on the activity of my daily activity, right? I don't want to be dependent on me. I want it to be dependent on other people. I want to get paid from their actions, not just my own. The issue, though, is I have to start the process, okay? So we said, when we get this done and we get people excited about these products, how are we going to pay them? And so the first thing that we did, I go through that quick, because if I read the disclosures, then I have to, I don't have an excuse as to why I say some of the stuff I say. So the first thing we said is we're going to reward people heavily for being excited about a product that is answering a question that this industry hasn't answered since its inception. And the question is, where's your proof? And we finally have it. Are you guys proud of the fact that this company sets that standard?
Yes.
And do we do it a lot? It's almost like it's like a double-edged sword. The more we prove or have an answer for that question, the more we do that, the harder it is to get people to step away, because that seems like the safe place to be. And we all know that if you want extraordinary results, you have to do kind of extraordinary things, right? And so safety is not always the best place to do extraordinary things. Would you agree? Okay? But we said we know people, if you're actually doing this properly, we know there's going to be a lot of people that do not want to join your team, but are still going to want the benefit of a Protandim product. They're still going to want the benefit of feeling younger, or having their body heal up faster, or giving themselves the best chance to not have to succumb to some of the age-related diseases that our parents and grandparents have gone through, right? And so when they become a customer, how are we going to pay them for that? And we said the thing that people have got to understand is that we want to be really, really lucrative when a customer buys products on a subscription or a retail price, because what we're going to do is we're going to charge you the consultant price, but we're going to give you 100% of the subscription price that they pay, which is generally speaking about 10% more than what you pay. So if you spend 100, they're going to spend 110, you get all of it. You get 100% of that difference. If they do a retail price, which is 20%, then you're going to get 100% of that. Now lately I've been having a bunch of conversations with people about this, because I think it's really important that you understand that the company's giving you everything, 100%, everything of that difference. They're not keeping any of it. They don't keep $1 of it. They don't keep a processing fee. They don't keep, it is 100% everything given to you, the difference between the price you pay and what that customer pays. Is that a good thing? That's a pretty good thing, right? That's a way to generate a bunch of money. So you can make 10 or 20% from that. But more importantly, and this is the part that I'm hoping I can start showing some of the blending here, is that when you get your customers buying on that subscription or buying every month, we're going to look at the total of all that volume, not at their price, but at your price, and we're going to see where you fit in these 4 categories. So in addition to that everything paycheck, we're going to give you an extra 5 or 10 or 15 or 20% of whatever their volume is on top of it. Now, I had all the diamonds stand up for a reason. There's a whole bunch of people in this room that are already at that 20%. You guys like that?
Yeah.
How many of you guys appreciate getting 20% instead of 2%? You like that? Does it make it a little bit more important for you to maintain that group?
Yeah.
Is there stability in volume when we can encourage you, give you a bigger ROI, pay you for actually maintaining, educating, introducing them to more other products? Is there some stability in that?
Yeah.
There is. Where before it was like, it's just $4, I don't care.
Yeah.
right? But now it's like, oh, wait a minute, it's $40. If they spend $200, I'm getting $40. I probably ought to go ahead and try to get them back on my subscription. There's a bigger incentive now. You guys like this piece of it?
Yes.
Do you think that translates into your organization too? I mean, if it's beneficial to you, do you think it's beneficial to people on your team?
Yes.
Do you think they're going to fight harder to maintain that?
Yes.
Does that create stability for you? What's our goal? To create recurring, stable income, right? Something you can count on. That's the goal. So this starts to fit in and starts to blend and starts to help people go, you know what? My efforts are going to pay me no matter how the result ends up. If they'll join my team, that's fantastic. Which, by the way, how many of you guys think that your number one priority should be building your team? I hope everybody thinks that.
Yeah.
Okay? And since not everybody raised their hand, I'm going to illustrate my point to you. Okay? If you think that it's important, which, let me just ask you, is it important to make sure everybody that's sick gets introduced to this product?
Yep.
Okay, so it's important for everybody that's praying, hoping, begging, that some relief for whatever situation they're dealing with comes into their life, right? If you think everyone should hear that, are you, by yourself, going to be more effective at finding them, or me and the 200,000 people on my team?
You.
I was telling the other room in there, I said, you know what I think is an interesting thing? And people come up to me all the time and they say, well, I just care about people more than you do, Tyler. I just care about finding them. I just have more sympathy and compassion for them. And I go, do you? And they go, yeah, because I lead with the product. I'm just asking people about the rock state of stress and what ailments they have. And I just really want to introduce them to whatever solution I can give them for their health. And it's just really important to me. And I just care about people more than you. You're just so financially motivated. You just must be greedy. And I hear it all the time. I hear it all the time. I hear it all because this is my favorite topic. I hear it all the time. I hear it all the time. And I go, you think so, huh? You think I don't care about people? You think you care about them more than me? Huh? They go, oh yeah, that's all I talk about. I'm just looking for all the sick people out there. I just fill the rooms full of them. What do you do? How you think you care about them more than me? They go, yeah, I do. I go, okay. So what if I was to tell you that in your 24 hours in a day, you could never talk to the number of people that my 200,000 are? In fact, I'm going to tell you right now that if you think that leading that way is the most, I'm just going to tell you that I personally, and obviously it's just my opinion, but how selfish are you to think that only your neighborhood should hear about this?
Right.
How selfish are you?
Yeah.
You think I don't care about people? I've got more customers on my team than anybody in this entire company. And you think you care about people more than me? Maybe you should understand that I have a different understanding of how to make sure everybody has an opportunity to hear about this product.
Yeah.
I can't do it by myself, and neither can you.
Nope.
You need an army, you need a team, you need a massive organization of people. So how selfish are you if you're not going to go out and ask someone to be on your team first? Does that offend anybody?
Nope.
Okay? If it does, I just want you to ask the question. Can you find them faster than me? Okay? So, this right here, you guys, is a really powerful piece. I hope that you understand that this right here is the thing that I hope people will start to implement. And I'm in this room, because you guys are the managing consultants, I'm gonna ask you to do something for me over the next 5 months. How many of you guys, when we get to convention that we're not diamond sellers, would like to be a diamond seller? Raise your hand. Okay, would you like to be a diamond seller in October at convention? How many of you that are diamond sellers already would like to be a double diamond seller or a triple diamond seller? How many of you in this room are already a double diamond seller? Is there anybody in here that's double diamond? Stand up, Brett. Which, by the way, did Brett do an amazing job on stage? Okay. Amazing, amazing job.
Yep.
How incredible is it to hear from somebody who is very focused on benefiting his patients as a doctor and understanding the relationship between that and building a business. Was that incredible?
Yes.
I love that message, by the way. Thank you for what you did. And I know you can cry all day on that stage. I love it. Okay? The only reason, I'm going to tell you right now, is everybody in the white couches was crying. They were hiding it while Brett's up there crying. We're all like sniffling and wiping our tears away. I mean, we cried with him. So don't even think. That's a power. That's a massive power. Thank you. Thank you for what you did, okay? So for all you guys, all right. All you guys that want to be a diamond seller, let's talk about how easy that would be to qualify as a diamond seller between now and October, okay? And for all of you that are standing up here, any triples, by the way?
No. Triples.
Ooh, a couple. Oh no, four. How about four? Who's the biggest diamond seller in the room? 4 is the max? 5?
6.
6?
Wow.
6? Look at this, 6. Wow, congratulations. That's amazing. Thank you, guys. If you're 6 times qualified, that's 24,000 volume, and that's $4,800 a month, and that's about $55,000 a year in income just from that. Can anybody in here, would anybody in here appreciate an extra $55,000 a year just from your customer base? Any of you guys like that idea? Anybody that help you in any way, solve some problems? Okay, 6 times, man. I think that's the biggest one I've got so far. Congratulations, good job. Good job. One of the things about this part of the presentation, I think people are surprised about. Like Tyler's talking about customers, yeah, because I just want you to understand the impact of what the customer does to multiplying the benefit to you as you build your consultant team. I will absolutely tell you that I believe that you should prioritize consultants. I think you should prioritize telling the entire story so that when someone doesn't become a consultant, they at least become a customer. Correct?
Yes.
But all you have to do is find one customer a week, because if they do $200, one customer a week for the next 5 months, and you'll have $4,000 in volume. It's 1 a week. Are you having enough conversations in a week's time to find one customer a week? Could you find people on your team that would join you in that process? Could you find anybody on your team like, you know what, we're going to have enough conversations about joining our team that by default, when they don't join our team, we can find one customer a week? That's all it takes. Does that give you guys a little teeny bit of perspective?
Yes.
That's all it takes. And all of a sudden, you can have a whole bunch of people walking across that stage with you at convention as diamond sellers. Now, in your books, if you're taking notes, I want you to draw a square for this next piece. I want you to draw a square. Then I want you to draw a line straight out to the side of it with a circle in it. And I want you to write consultants in the square. And I want you to write customers in the circle. And I'm going to show you how impactful this piece of our compensation plan is to giving you a massive multiplier in your income. Massive multiplier. Okay? You guys ready for this? Let's say now that you're doing these conversations and I'm one of those people that goes, you know what, I think I want to join your team, and I go out and I say, I think I can do this. You got products that are that well validated. How many you got? Oh, you got a lot of other ones? Yeah, we're not going to get into that until another day. But this product will make my body work like it did when I was young. Yeah, that's what it will do. I said, okay, great, I'll do this with you. I think people are going to want that. I know some people that might benefit. And you go, well, hey, Tyler, you can invite other people to do this. And by default, when they become a customer, you'll get paid those percentages. Like, okay, let's do that. And I join your team. I'm on your first level now, okay? So I'm in the square that you just drew. And I go out and start talking about this. And I start finding customers in my business so that I can get those percentages, okay? I start building this customer pool. I'm also building some of my own consultants because I'm going to prioritize that and let this be my default. But I go out and become diamond with you between now and next October. The reason I had you draw that circle to the side of me is because my customers are also on your front line. All of my customers are on your front line. So you're going to make that 5, 10, 15, 20% of your customers. But then because I'm on your front line where that 10% is, you get 10% of my purchases and 10% of all of my customers' purchases. So if I go diamond with you, how much is my customer volume? 4,000. How much do you get of that? 400. How much do you get from my personal spending? That's 200? $20. You get $20 of my personal spending, and you get 400 because I went diamond with you by finding one customer, by having 5 or 10 conversations about joining my team, and one of them became a default between now and October. Do you see the multiplier there? That's like 80 times, right? How many is that? What is this? 20 times? What's the difference between? It's 20 times. You get 20 times the benefit of just my subscription because you encouraged me to find one customer with you every week. It's worth 20 times to you to build this thing properly. Now, what had to happen for you to get that? You had to have me be what?
Consultant.
A consultant. So what do you need? You need consultants. You want everyone to hear about this? What do you need? I need consultants. How do you find customers?
Consultant.
By default. You find customers by telling the whole story, letting them decide. Why do you think it's your job to decide how someone wants to participate? Why are you making that decision for people?
Yeah.
What gives you the power to make the decision as to whether someone wants to benefit financially or benefit from the health or benefit from both? What gives you that right? Okay? Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, now what if you had 5 of me? What if you had 5 of me? If you have 5 of me that go out and go diamond with you, you're going to make $400 from all 5. That's $2,000 a month. $2,000 from the consultants that you found. How much did you make from your diamond position? $800 plus the extra 10% if they're on subscription, so $1,200. So you make $1,200 from yours, $2,000 from your consultants. Where do you make more money? Oh, it's weird, the consultant side. But we still pay you a lot on the customer side. It's just that you make more on the consultant. Am I making my point?
Yes.
Am I telling you to not find customers?
No.
No, I'm telling you to embrace the product. I'm telling you to love the product. I'm telling you to celebrate the success, the science. Telling you to, but I'm telling you to build a team and then celebrate the product. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? So if you have 5 of me, that's 2,000 plus another 1,300, 1,200, 1,400, depending on retail subscription rates, right? So now you're making an extra $40,000 a year with you and 5 of your friends that decided between now and October. $40,000 a year between just you and 5, not you and 500. You and 5 of your friends, you're making 40 grand a year extra on top of everything you're making right now in your life. Does that provide a solution for people?
Yes.
You want me to really hammer this piece home?
Yes.
How much money do you have to have invested at the 4% rule for that to be the equivalent of a retirement account? How much? How much money do you have to have put away at the 4% retirement rule so that you can have 40 grand a year in your retirement income? Who knows? It's $1 million because 1 million times 4% is 40,000. So my question for you is, in the next 5 months, what's going to be easier for you to do? You and 5 friends go diamond or go put $1 million in your 401k or your IRA or your pension. Which one sounds just a little bit easier to you?
Yeah.
I'm giving you a 5-month solution to what most people can't even do in 45 years. It's a 5-month solution to what most people cannot do in 45 years. And people go, I'm just so scared to talk to my friend. I just don't know if they'd really appreciate me talking about money. And oh, really? So you think that they wouldn't appreciate you giving them a 44.5-year head start? You don't think they'd be mad at you for not telling them that this is possible? You're worried about talking to them because you just hate them? What, you want them to suffer? What, you don't want them to have that 40 grand a year till they're 90? I mean, go look up what the average income or the average amount people have invested at 55, 60. It's not $1 million, just so you know. It's like 200 or 300 grand, depending if you look at averages or medians, right? People don't even get there. And I just showed you a 5-month plan to create something that people spend their entire life trying to create, and almost nobody does. And you don't want to talk to your friends about money? Come on, that's a joke, right?
Yeah.
See, once I realized, you guys, that my friends would probably not be my friends for not talking to them about it, it'd be being really easy. I started to say, hey, listen, I don't know how accurate, I just met these people, and they're saying that we can shortcut this retirement thing if we want to. Do you want to know what it's about? That's how my conversations go. They're selling a product that everyone seems to take for the rest of their lives because it helps them age better, it helps them slow everything down, makes their body work like they feel better. And if that's true, I can't imagine why anybody wouldn't keep taking it. So once they get them on it, they just keep buying it. And if they keep buying it, they just keep getting paid. And that's how they're creating this massive amount of income. These are the conversations. You guys all think it's complicated. It's not. I don't talk about superoxide dismutase and catalase. I don't do that. You kidding me? I don't talk about, hey, your own stress levels. I don't do that. You gonna want to go read some peer reviews with me? It's really exciting. I don't know any of the words, but we should read them. I don't do any of that. I ask them, where are you at? Have you made all good financial decisions? Do you want to get caught up? Are you 50 years old and you're behind? Let's get you caught up. Come on, this is simple. Where are you at? Do you want to catch up? Let me show you how they do it. They're going to pay us like this if the people want to use the products, and they're going to pay us like this if you'll join the team and help us build. That's how you do this. But you guys all have this idea that you're going to blow them away with all this information. And what I will submit to you is that when you blow somebody away with information, all you did is make them realize they can't do this. They start asking, I don't know how long it took you to know that, and so I'm not going to do it. But if you find that you can show this in a really, really simple way, everyone knows they can do it. Everyone knows that the way you approach them is the way they're going to approach their people. Keep it simple so it grows fast. Okay, is this connecting with you guys? Let's take it one more step. What if the 5 friends of yours go, well, I don't want you to be the only one making 40 grand. I want to make 40 grand. So they go down and find their front line. So there's 25 total people, 30 total people on your team. Did I say 300 or 30? 30 people on your team that said, you know what, we're all going to do this together. I understand this. We're going to put this whole puzzle together. We're going to build. We're going to look for teammates and default to our customers. We're going to do this, okay? And you have 25 people now because they're each going to have 5, which is their 10%. But the 25 would, if I find my 5 and I'm on your front line, what is my front line to you? I'm second line. So if we have 25 people that are all going diamond now, how much volume is that? That's $100,000 in volume, and how much do you get paid? 7% of that $100,000, and that plus your 3 is now $10,000 a month. Because you found 30 people that understand how to build a balanced business, that learn how to build with telling the whole story and letting them tell you how they want to participate. Anybody in here use an extra $120 a year? Would that help any of you? An extra $120, just some pocket change? Right? Would that help anybody in here? You know how much money you have to have invested to have $120,000 a year retirement income? That's $3 million at a 4% return. So in the next 5, 6, even what if it took 2 years to do this? Do you think in the next 2 years you guys have the ability to put $3 million into your retirement funds? I mean, I'm just telling you right now, I don't know why you're scared of this conversation. In fact, I don't even know why you listen to this and go, I just really think that oxidative stress is an easier conversation. I'm really just way more comfortable with like diagnosing health problems, even though I'm not a doctor. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know why you're not just embracing this thing like crazy and helping people understand that you do not have to follow what society has told you have to follow. You do not have to have a job for the next 45 years of your life. You need to get a part of a team, embrace this team, and be very, very active for a short period of time in your life. What if it took you 10 years to fill those 2 lines out? Would it be worth it? How many of you guys in the last 10 years have put $3 million in your retirement account? Raise your hands high. Anybody in here put $3 million in your retirement accounts in the last 3 years? I'll keep mine up because I did. Okay? Oh, Brandon did. Look, stand up, Brandon. He's like, I shouldn't have raised my hand. Okay? None of that. I didn't see Brandon here when I started, so I was bragging about it. Did you hear me bragging about you?
I heard it. Come on, thanks, man.
We want to hear the story.
I'm going to tell you guys something about Brandon. I've known Brandon for 17 years now, 16 and a half years now. I've watched him go from, this is his first, even dipping his toe into this industry, just so you guys, this is his first game. Okay, first game he's ever played. There is very rarely a person that will stay as committed and as dedicated to understanding and learning this business as that man right there.
Yeah.
And Lynette, will you please stand up? It's no wonder that he's that committed. He's going to take care of that little bit. Okay? Stay up, please. Please stay standing up. Okay? I have to make a point of you. I forgot you're in here. Now you get to be part of this. I didn't get this opportunity in the other meetings. So here's the thing I want you guys to know about Brandon. Brandon's from Florida. The business is being primarily built in Utah, which means he was on an island. How many of you guys feel like you're on an island right now, like you don't necessarily have as much support as you'd like to have? Be honest. It should be most of the room, okay? Because almost everybody that joins, your upline is either not experienced enough to give you much mentoring, or your upline is so far removed from you that there's limited amount of time that they can give you. Is that true? That's that man right there. Not only did he have a very limited amount of upline support, he had some, but very, very limited amount of upline support. There was literally just nowhere else to get it because it was in the very beginning when the chaos was at its max. When there was the mistakes being made at their max, and he had to endure all that and learn this business. And he is a presidential in this business right now. He's got massive goals. We had a big conversation just a couple days ago. He's not done, even though he's a presidential, because he loves all of you. And he has this huge commitment and desire in their hearts to make sure that other people can experience what he's experiencing. I would tell you right now that if you ever have an opportunity to get on a call that man is teaching on, you should be on that call. And your entire team should be on it, because his messaging is absolutely spot on from the 23 years that I've been doing this.
Yes,
If you're on his team, you're very, very fortunate. But we're going to show you something here in a minute that means that everyone in this room is very fortunate, okay? All right, so did I illustrate my point well enough to you guys as to why you need to embrace this message? Understanding that it's way better to get old rich than it is to get old poor. I mean, how many of you guys want to be 70 years old and feel like you can do everything but can't afford to leave your house? Does that sound great? Anybody signing up for that? No, I just want to feel really good. I want to look really young, but if I leave my house, I can't afford to do anything. So why are you helping people become really, really healthy, but they can't afford to leave the house? Why is that the good thing to do? I mean, wouldn't you rather, if you had to pick between just getting old and sitting on the couch watching I Love Lucy reruns, not everybody in this room I probably dated myself, but not, right? But why is the I Love Lucy reruns more attractive than spending 20 years completely loaded on fire, experiencing everything in the world, but you died in 20 years? I would pick that all day long.
Yeah.
I'd pick to be rich in 20 years of excitement all day, take my kids everywhere, experience the world, meet the incredible people that are around this world, go on trips with this company, like we just went to Thailand. I would pick that every time. But the beauty is you don't have to pick here. You can have them both. You can live long and be rich and experience the fullness of your life right here. But we're so scared to talk about that stuff. I don't get it. Why? And we're scared to train it. Okay? Is this helping you guys at all?
Yes.
Okay, I hope so. Okay. All right, so you get that 7. I'm not going to get into the rest of it. The next thing that we decided after you build your team is that we want to encourage you to create that independent leadership. So that screen that we just left, if you had enrolled me on your first line or your front line or if I showed up even anywhere through the natural signing up of people, and I become an MC1 on your team, we're going to match whatever my team building, my level commission is, we're going to match those percentages depending on where I fit, whether I'm the first one or maybe there's layers, the depth of leadership on my team. I'm going to start matching those percentages of whatever their level bonuses are. Now think about this. If I'm out here and I'm making, say, $3,000, $4,000 a month on my level bonus and you're getting 20%, let's say I'm on your first line. You're getting 10% of my purchases, 10% of all of my customer purchases, and you're going to get the 7s and 6s and all the others of my team that gets filled up, and you're going to come back and look at my check, which is going to be big because I'm a leader. I'm like all of you. Everyone in this room is someone's matching you. Okay? Someone's getting this from all of you in this room. Okay? If I'm that person, you're going to get another 20% of all the success I'm having from my level bonuses. So if I'm making $3,000 in level bonuses, you're going to get another $600 because you had the courage to ask me to be on your team. So you get 10% of my subscription, you get 10% of my customers, you're going to get all those other level bonuses, and you're going to get another 20% of my level check? I mean, come on. I mean, how much more encouragement do you need to go build a team? How much more encouragement do you need to mentor someone? You know, this is the place where I get to tell you that one of the best pieces of advice I was ever given by my mentor, her name was Diane, and so I have this math, she has so much patience, you guys. I can't even imagine being my mentor. Because I wore a tie today because I knew no one else would, because I just can't be like everybody else. I haven't worn a tie in this business for 15 years, just so you know. It was that important for me to come here. I want to do something completely different. It may not mean anything to you, but my wife looked at me this morning, she was like, what's going on? Okay? It's kind of funny. Okay? It was really important that she had the patience to teach me this. She goes, Tyler, this is not a game of throwing mud on the wall. If anybody in this industry ever tells you to throw mud on the wall and see what sticks, you need to never listen to another thing they say. They do not understand the relationships that are built in this game. Okay? You want to know how important relationships are? Tamia, will you stand up? She's like, all right. Okay? Did Tamia do an amazing job yesterday? I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Tamia when they first came in. And I knew immediately what the contribution that they were going to make to this company. I ran into her before she went on stage the other day, and we were talking about what was going on. And I said, I cannot wait for this audience to hear you. I can't wait for them to feel you. Did we not have that conversation? And what did she say on that stage? What did she say was the turning point for her? She heard a human heartbeat for the very first time. How many of you guys would like to have Dr. Tamia on your team? Do you think the relationship piece of this business matters?
Yes.
Can you build that by throwing mud on the wall, or do you have to develop that? Do you have to recognize what that person needs and hold their hand and fall with them and stand up with them? What do you have to do? You have to do that. No, you have to mentor them. So my mentor told me, she said, Tyler, this is a game of mentorship. This is a game of holding someone's hand. This is a game of going on the roller coaster with somebody. If you're going to take the responsibility of bringing someone in and being and have financial goals, you better have their goals be your goals. You're in it with them. They win, you win. They lose, you lose. Okay? Thanks again, Tina. You are awesome. Thank you. Okay? So I've enrolled 36 people understanding the concept behind Leadership Match. I've only enrolled 36 people in this business. When I tell people that, some people go, oh, that's a lot. But most people go, really? You only signed up 36 people to have an organization that size? It's because I understood this concept right here. Mentoring should be one of the biggest priorities that you have in your life, especially at the ranks that you guys are at, because you guys are in a transitional rank where you're getting ready to become executives. You guys are getting ready to have that responsibility of having teams that independence is being built. Okay? That's what the purpose of this bonus is. I'm really glad that I did that. Of the 36 people I enrolled, 12 of them quit, 12 of them are still to this day watching to see if it's going to work for me. Looks like them. I'm assuming it's like billionaires or something, you know, I don't know. Okay? But 12 of them decided to run this course with me, to run this race with me, to get engaged, be on my team, wear the same uniform. 12 of them did it, and that's what the build is. We held hands, we went on the roller coaster together, we mentored. I learned really quickly that it was more important to show people where answers are instead of giving them the answers so that they could develop that in them, right? Several of the presidentials in this company, I feel very fortunate. I would never, ever not have massive gratitude for the efforts that they put in, but several of them I personally enrolled. How many of you guys would like to personally enroll Brandon and Lynette Pennington?
Yes,
No, I didn't enroll them, but they fell into the organization because people knew people that knew people that led to them. How many of you guys would like to enroll an organization that's presidential and have presidential show up in it? Is that amazing? That's what Brandon and Lynette represent to me. I'm very, very grateful for them. Very, very grateful for the effort that they put in. Because we understood one thing. This is about building relationships. It's about hearing another human's heartbeat. That's what this is about. And you do it with this bonus right here. This is where you build long-term relationships. You know, I was in the room the other day talking to people about going to Thailand, and Kristen was in there. It was actually with Brandon and Lynette's team, and I asked her, I said, how many customers were in Thailand? And they looked at me like I was crazy. No, I just want to know, because we have such an emphasis on it. I mean, how many customers went to Thailand with us? And they were like, well, none. I'm like, oh, that's weird. We sure spend a lot of time inviting them to be a part of something that we don't take them anywhere. How many customers are going to Turkey next year? Oh, it's weird, none. Guess what? The answer is none. Nobody's going, no customers are going to Turkey. You know who's going? You know who went to Thailand? Consultants did. Consultants did. You know who's going to Turkey? Consultants are. So do you want your friends to be on these global excursions with you? Because the customers don't go. So if you want your friends to have the experiences that we've had, you better bring them in as a consultant. Can I be any more blunt about that? Okay? Is there any customers in here? Are there any customers in here that are trying to make the decision to be a consultant? Well, that's weird. God, it's just so weird to me that we don't have any customers. It's so strange. Oh, we do? Wow. Well, thanks for being in here. What's your name? Emily, thanks for being here. We would love to have you be on this side of the family. You'll be embraced. You'll love. You're in a room full of people that are having massive success. There's nobody in this room that's not making pretty significant money, just so you know. So, thanks for being in here. Thanks for being in here. So we'll see you on stage in October as a diamond seller and an MC1 with 5 lines of consultants. Okay, all right. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I don't have a ton, I'm a little over time. I took more time with you guys than the others. Okay? Because we don't have to go to another room, I'm going to spend 6 or 7 more minutes and close this thing out. Is this helping any of you?
yes.
And I know you guys are already successful, but my intention here is this is what you teach your team that are not at the level you're at. I really want you to know how important it is to really simplify this process. Put it in a format that anybody can do, okay? So the last piece of the puzzle is, as the company grows, how do you get them to be a community? You know, how do you get people to work with each other? Do you guys appreciate the fact that when you run into the executives and the presidentials in this company in the hallway, that they take the time to talk to you? Do you want your team to experience that? Do you want brand new people to experience that? Well, you do that by creating something called a leadership tool where you get paid for what the entire company does. Generally speaking, these are about $1,000 per share. So Brandon and Lynette are consultants, and if you just want to know what the company thinks of their efforts, they throw them an extra $20,000 a month-ish. Okay, $250,000 a year, just so that they'll say hi and answer questions and stay committed and treat the entire company like that is their team. Do you feel like the whole company's your team, Brandon? He does. Tamaya, do you think the whole company's your team? Do you like getting paid from what we've already done?
It is beautiful.
Okay? It's beautiful, and you guys all get to do this. Now, coincidentally, when I told you about finding your five, and Brandon has a whole program on the five, the whole meeting last night was the people that had the five. I don't know all the details, but I give them to you because it was brilliant. I just don't know them yet. Okay? But if you get your five who go diamond and they get their five, you're doing that 100,000 volume to get you into the first level of this. You're doing the $80,000 volume that's required to be an EC1. I just, again, showed you now how you can create a $100,000 a year income between now and October. You can have a whole bunch of people on your team, and then you can start participating in what Brad and Lynette's already done, what I've already done, what Tamia's already done, what Brett's already done. That makes sense? Can I make this any more simple? Should the conversation be any more complicated than this?
No.
If you did this over and over and over and over again, would it solve all the problems? You know what else this bonus does? This bonus tells you to police this company with us. This is a bonus that says you don't have to try to have someone from another line be in your business because we're paying you to help them grow where they were planted. If you're feeling like you're not getting the support, if you feel like your messaging is not consistent with your upline, you do not need to sit out or remove yourself. You grow where you're planted because the entire executive ranks are paid to help you wherever you were planted. Do you want a community where there's no cancerous stuff going on? A community of people where it doesn't matter who your enroller is, you're going to be supported? That's what this bonus is. Do you love that?
Yes.
Help us police this. And if you're causing problems or considering being the problem, don't. We know who you are. Okay? So let's build a beautiful thing, you guys. I appreciate it. I have one more thing I want to do. It might be a little different here. We had a big competition for it. The company gives us stuff, and they give me so much stuff. I'm like, I'm going to give it back. So I want to find out who's, even at the managing level, who in here has enrolled